This story follows a white-haired heroine who dies, only to resurrect as the highest-ranked undead, a vampire queen. But survival doesn't come free. To stay alive, she must fight at the side of the male protagonist who brought her back. During one battle to protect him, she finally awakens her family's holy sword, a blade she had been training towards since childhood. Everyone said that once her sword awakened, it would definitely take the form of a blade. But despite years of effort, nothing ever happened until now. 2 years earlier, she was just a girl training in the academy. Her village had been wiped out by void beasts when she was 9, leaving only her and her maid, Regina. Everyone expected her bloodline to awaken a holy sword, but it never responded. Out of desperation, she risked her life exploring ruins, where the male lead found her, revived her, and gambled everything to turn her into his undead follower. Now, as the vampire queen, she is stronger than ever, but not without problems. Her body craves magic, and the fastest way to restore it is by sharing with her master. Still, she does her best to act like a proper noble lady. When she wakes after fainting, she remembers bathing, only to find herself on a bed. The male lead swears he didn't touch her, explaining that he used ancient magic. He's from an older era when people fought with sorcery instead of modern weapons. To her shock, he casually introduces himself as an ancient archmage. Later, the heroine takes him to the academy cafeteria. As a vampire, she can convert food into magic power, but the efficiency is terrible. The male lead suggests his method would work better. When he tries to pay with a single gold coin, it turns out his ancient money is useless. On this island, silver refined with magic is worth more than pure gold. His fortune instantly becomes worthless. Things only get messier when they meet a tomboyish swordswoman known as Blade Girl. She's broke after losing money gambling at the casino, but she's also part of the heroine's squad. Recognizing the male lead's strange coin, she immediately realizes he's the boy who revived the vampire queen. Her sword style comes from a destroyed homeland, and she's sworn revenge on the void beasts. Not long after, the male lead undergoes a holy sword test. While pretending to be a support type, he casually destroys steel training robots in seconds. The entire academy is left speechless, and he instantly becomes the center of attention. That's when trouble arrives. The arrogant blonde playboy whose so-called holy sword grants him domination powers. He can control his harem of 4 girls, like puppets in battle. He challenges the male lead, trying to prove his supremacy. But the male lead strikes a deal. If the blonde wins, the heroine joins his harem. If he loses, he must never bother her again. The vampire queen refuses to stand aside. Even without a holy sword, she draws on her vampire strength and refined swordsmanship, fighting side by side with her master. Her fierce determination stuns everyone. Just when it seems like the blonde's domination ability has her cornered, her unshakable will awakens her true family relic, the legendary Holy Sword. In an instant, her blade cuts through his domination sword like paper. His controlled harem girls regain their free will, and the blonde is left humiliated, begging for mercy. After the fight, the heroine apologizes for dragging her master into her problems. But he reassures her, "You're my follower now. Protecting me is your role." Only then does she fully understand what being his follower means. Not a burden, but a bond. She even asks him to make her stronger, to which he happily agrees. After all, every upgrade requires a little bit of magical intimacy. To celebrate her awakening and the male lead's new place in the squad, the team throws a party. With limited rooms, the poor guy becomes the center of attention for all the big sisters, each insisting he should stay with them. The white-haired queen quickly claims him, declaring herself his guardian. The others tease, but he doesn't object. Later, the male lead meets another squad member, who wields a strange analytical holy sword. Once a frontline attacker, he lost his fighting spirit after watching comrades die to void beasts. The hero suspects these creatures may be linked to the ancient war between demon kings and sages, especially when new evidence shows massive magical crystals buried beneath the island city. But just when things calm down, the vampire queen strolls out of the shower wrapped in nothing but a towel, dripping wet, casually asking him to take his turn bathing. For the once feared archmage, living in a dorm full of beautiful women may prove harder to survive than any battlefield. 1,000 years ago, the ancient city of heroes and demon lords was under siege. Towering beastmen swarmed the streets, destroying everything inside. Arachio, a man with a terrifying idea. Instead of protecting the people, he planned to unleash a massive spell to wipe out both beastmen and civilians at once, then revive his companion, Tiaris, afterward. High above the city, a blinding light sphere formed, growing hotter and bright, killing civilians only to bring them back later. To him, that was far too much trouble. Instead, he leapt straight into battle. His sword flashed again and again, cutting down beastmen in an instant. Swordsman. But not everyone was pleased. Arachio glared at the young man, furious that the so-called holy sword hero had stolen the spotlight. He dismissed him as nothing but a show-off. Little did he know, 1,000 years later, this is not a soldier, not a mage, but a sharp-minded student. Though young, his ties to a powerful family mean his words cannot be ignored. His analysis is chilling. Void beasts have already is impenetrable, but their denial doesn't last. Instruments detect faint barrier damage and movement inside the walls. Suddenly, the alarm screams burst from the ground, spreading like wildfire, tearing through stone and steel. The city is caught off guard. Their defenses were built for the skies, not for underground assaults. Communications are jammed. Once proud and strong, now feels like a lonely island in the middle of enemy waters. And the root beast's path is all too clear. Its advance leads straight to the magic furnace, the core that supplies energy to the into fortress mode. All units prepare for a void beast swarm. Meanwhile, far from the command center, the demon lord, reinforcements from the Empire still 3 days away, they must hold the line themselves. Each squad's gun